Matt wanted to test some standard last night for an upcoming event he has this weekend. So we were playing this deck that he wanted to see played, and we're still in a league with it, so we have to play the league out to its conclusion at the very least before we can play another format. Hopefully we don't play too many mirrors today. This deck is really cheap in terms of dollar cost, so I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes particularly popular on Magic Online. I think I'm just going to cycle this. We're looking for a draw 2 at this point. We have plenty of interaction, just looking for a way to generate some velocity here. A Supreme Will and a Censor. Wonder what our opponent's doing. Shelter Thicket could be ramp deck. I'm going to use Supreme Will here, looking for exactly that, Hieroglyphic Illumination. Looking for those and Glimmers. And they don't give us something worth censoring, we'll just Hieroglyphic Illumination, just looking to hit land drops. I like it, I like it. As someone who's looking to dirtle with the best of them, just, dirtle it up. Man, that kind of sucks. Probably cycling this cast out. These cards seem particularly good. I'm not quite sure what our opponent's doing to shit. Okay, yep. So 10 out of 10 the ramp deck. We're gonna censor this Hour of Promise. We really don't want to get Ullamogged. There's a Glimmer. Okay, that's sweet. Sweet. There's an Approach the Second Sun, so we want to just, like I said, hit all of our land drops. I'm gonna bottom that, top this. If we miss a land, we'll just cycle that. We hit a land, sweet. Probably gonna cycle this again just so we can try and hit a land for next turn, so we can just cast this Approach on 7. Yeah, the Ganti Censor was pretty funny. Pretty funny. Yeah, I think I'm just cycling this to try and hit a land to cast this. When we hit it, sweet. So for those of you that are new to this deck, Approach the Second Sun is our win condition. The first time we cast this, we gain 7 life. The second time we cast it, we win the game. And after we cast it, it puts itself 7 cards down in our deck. We're gonna get like World Breakered into Ugin here. Even just running World Breaker is gonna be pretty bad for us. Yep, we always play Hex After Magic on Mondays. We'll play Magic for a couple hours and then a few hours, kicked up early. This matchup's probably bad for us, right? I have to imagine. My gut says it's gotta be bad. It's a Glimmer, alright. Alright, so we need a couple untapped lands in here. I'm gonna bottom that and top that one, just in case we weren't gonna see another one. Sweet, we actually drew another Approach. I wouldn't be too surprised if we get Ullamogged here, honestly. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if they have another Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, we're getting Ullamogged. What's up? You want a different show? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, sheep. What do we want to watch instead of sheep? You want to watch Umizumis? Or you want to watch Caillou? You want wings? Uh-huh, okay. Yep, I'm just going to get Ullamogged and die. Good beat, good beat. Okay, so what's our goal here? Our goal is to hit land drops the next 2 turns and then cast this Approach the Second Sun that we drew. So I think we're just supposed to untap and then cast this on our turn. Because we could take a hit from both of these next turn. Hopefully they don't go get another World Breaker. They did not. Okay. We're just going to pass back to us. That's a land. Let's cast this now. bricked on the land again. That's unfortunate. So we need to hit an untapped land next turn to win the game. Let's discard Fumigate. They have a World Breaker, we're just dead. I feel like they probably have a World Breaker or another Ulamog. They have either of those things, we're just dead. That's just probably pretty terrible for us. If they don't have a way to kill another land, we've got to approach the Suns. And if we hit a land. But they start tapping for a big scary. Yeah, it looks like they have another big scary. Just another Ulamog take us off 2 more lands. Smart. And I really feel like we just don't have tools. This deck's pretty heavily metagamed. I feel like we just like don't have tools to win a matchup like this. I mean, I'm gonna cut these Fumigates. I'm gonna bring in these Torrential Gearhulks and these Negates, but like most of our sideboard doesn't really interact with this deck. So I'm just gonna click submit and hope for the best. I think like our Blessed Alliances aren't good, our Aether Meltdowns aren't good. Like most of our deck isn't good here, and we don't have other cards to bring in that are better. I guess we could like bring in some threats, but like that doesn't really seem particularly appealing. Yeah, like we could bring in the 5-drop and like hope to attack them a little bit. Yep, that's a White Source. That's where like this deck seems sweet, but like it's a pretty heavy metagame deck. Ten out of 10 cycling this. We want to hit a land drop and a. We want to hit a land drop and a what's it called? A draw spell. We are playing. Okay, yeah. Now I'm gonna just go to my turn because if we hit an untapped land, I can cast this and draw 2. Did not hit an untapped land. Did not hit an untapped land. All right. God bless. Yep, I'm playing Dan's list card for card. When you haven't played a format and you want to just get a feel for it, you should always start with someone else's deck list card for card. You don't want to assume you're smarter than the person that spent time working on the deck list. That's a bad assumption. Although it's the type of assumption Magic players enjoy making, just like I'm way smarter than this person that like spent time on this thing. What does this do? Add to, sure. Am I trying to hit a land drop here? I probably want to cast the Censor. I think we're just screwed either way. I'm just going to cycle this. This matchup seems pretty atrocious. Another missed land drop. Feels bad. So I'm just going to concede to what's it called? A World Breaker next turn. I mean, ramp decks are just, like, wildly inconsistent by design, right? They just have what I like to refer to as ramp deck problems. My opponent's going to track us down and beat us into the ground here. Hey, a land drop. Alright, sure. Just, like, you have to have the right mix of things, right? Like, you have to draw lands, and then you have to draw meaningful spells, and you have to draw those lands and meaningful spells in the right order. Let's kill our tireless trackers here. The ramp decks that were, like the one Willie Edel posted, like, had a meaningful interaction, and they had, like, a bunch of Cosmolix returns and a bunch of Jotty offshoots and stuff. Conceding to World Breaker. World Breaker me. Give opponent, you know, did you get beat at the deck registration portion of the event? Just gonna blow through the rest of this league with the blue-white deck. I think we're gonna play some Modern or some Legacy afterwards. Yeah, like that's a lot of meaningful interaction. love to play first. Pretty easy mulligan against an unknown here. I guess I'm on the play. Yeah, I'm gonna justify it. We're on the play. I'm gonna cycle this Irrigated Farmland. So, hands like this, it's pretty easy to want to lead on a basic, but I think you should lead on the Prairie stream every time. You're not really bluffing anything by leaving 1 mana up. And, like, the off chance our opponent could be playing something like Thalia to punish this Prairie stream later is non-zero. From Japan, howdy pandas, welcome. Opponent doesn't have a second land. Get that, their keep was worse than ours. God bless. God bless you, opponent, keeping worse hands than ours. Mondays are great. Or the day that comes after Sunday. Nice. I don't know. I don't really feel incentivized to brew standard. Like, this whole format's going to rotate here soon. I don't really have any relevant standard events. I might play the standard mocks on Friday. I might not. I don't know. This deck doesn't seem particularly appealing. This is, like, kind of neat, but at the same time, I just, like, don't want to play against... I don't want to play against ramp for a bunch of rounds and die. This seems good against the aggressive decks in the format. It probably is a pretty miserable matchup against other control decks, too. Opponent conceding before we really know what they're doing. Am I supposed to click submit? Our deck's pretty well metagamed against aggressive decks game 1. Yeah, it's gonna click submit. Confirm that they're zombies. I think if they're zombies, we might bring in like Descent Upon the Sinful. Maybe like one of these is a fine hedge. Yeah, let's do that. Let's cut a cast out and bring in the Descent just in case. It's like a threat too if they're playing a control deck. Yeah, it could be a lot of things. I'm just gonna like do the minimal amount of changes here. Dodge Lost maybe. I mean, like, they don't know that we're playing Approach the Second Sun. And, like, Lost Legacy isn't good against a traditional blue-white deck. Because, like, Lost Legacy doesn't hit Gearhulk. Like, last night's League is any indication. Like, this is a 4-4, right? So, like, if they lost Legacy, yes, we could technically kill them with this. I also feel like Lost Legacy probably isn't that popular. His hand seems fine. Again, we'll lead on Prairie Stream on 1. It's a little slow if they're an aggressive deck. We can cycle a cast out in this, hopefully find Blessed Alliance or Meltdown. Looks like they're green-black. A snake, oh, it's a snake. People in chat acting surprised that, like, random Magic player on Magic Online made poor decision, just, like... People have this, like, idea in their head that, like, because someone invested a bunch of money on Magic Online and, like, joined a competitive league, they're gonna be, like, a reasonable Magic player, and, like, that's just, like, the farthest thing from the truth. Going on, Squishy? Morning. Sure. I wish I could look at my past leagues. I wonder if this is the same person we played last night. We played against someone else playing this mix of cards. I think we're cycling both of these. We're looking for some interaction here so we don't die. Supreme Will is countering something. If they don't give us anything. Last night, the person we played against, like, was pretty good about playing around Fumigate, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just, like, fire up this Quagmire and crack us for 6. If you don't mind losing to Ramp and other control decks, this deck seems sweet. But it seems like you're a pretty huge dog to Ramp decks and control decks. Was this the list from the Grand Prix? Was it playing Sylvan Advocates and stuff? I should do that, right? I should, like, go look at what did well at the Grand Prix. Only thing I ended up looking at was, these deck lists that Matt sent me. No, yeah, the list. Oh, yeah, this is... Okay, yeah, this is what's-his-name's deck list for the Grand Prix, then. Yeah, that makes sense. Just gonna keep you out of my hand. Get my big old no button. Oh, wow. They had 2 Lost Legacy in the board of this green-black deck. It's good to know. Things that are good to know. So we're getting Ballisted for 2 here. We're going to take 4 on this attack. Hi, Jacob. What do you need help with? Nope, your brother's watching... Your brother's watching this show. I'm sorry you're upset, but your brother's watching this show. Supremo's like a playable Magic card. I don't know about good Magic card, but it's definitely playable. So we get 4 looks at a Fumigate, which we have 4 of. We're taking 8, 9, 10 here, basically. Basically just bottoming anything here that's not a Fumigate. I get 5 looks, we get to draw step 2. That's unfortunate. Survey says... Dead? Survey says dead. Alright. Where were my Fumigates? Where were my Fumigates? Nope, anytime soon. Dealer, survey says. Yeah, sometimes your 4 is in the bottom half of your deck. Wow, literally the bottom half, huh? 30 cards in. Yeah, right? Where are my Fumigates? So that's what it's like. Tell me, I'm bringing these 2 Hour of Revelation. I brought in the Descent upon the Sinful already, so yeah, I think that's fine. I probably want a non-zero amount of Gearhulks because they showed us, or they're likely playing the deck list from the Grand Prix, which means they have access to 2 Lost Legacy. Whether or not they've identified to bring in Lost Legacy is another thing. But yeah, I mean, all roads led to Rome there for our opponent, and it didn't really matter which they did or why. Descent upon the Sinful. Do I want 7 sweepers? 7 sweepers might be too many. I guess 1 sweeper. That's fine because it's a threat too. So just gotta cut one other card here now. I'm gonna trim an Aether Meltdown on the play. I'm gonna trim an Aether Meltdown on the play. I'll be right back and I'll clean up Jake's face. He's just eating some food. Alright. Fumigate, lands, draw 2, send me up. Probably don't want another land on top of my deck. Second Fumigate's actually okay here because it means that we're insulated against the Transgress. It's a good draw too. Sweet. I think they're coming up Millhouse a little bit so far. Well, this to counter whatever their play is this turn. And then Glimmer next turn to find an untapped land for ourselves. Rishkar. Yeah, I don't think I'm okay with them adding 4 power to the table. I think I want to just keep them off of this kind of stuff. I have no idea. I need to talk to Cruising In about getting that bot set up on something more stable. It seems to be up and down and all around. I don't know what kind of computer it's actually running on. It must not be running on a server that's always online, though. It's like randomly on and not on. Yeah, Oath resolves. That's fine. I'm pretty committed to casting Glimmer. We can only cast Glimmer this turn, so it's not particularly like we have decisions to make. Another Sylvan Advocate, send me up. Hopefully they commit a second threat to the table here, and then we'll just, like, wrath them away. Rain's okay. So I took a Sylvan Advocate off that first one. Second one says... Opponent got a third Sylvan Advocate. Jesus, I'm still here. Send help! Petehead with the resubscription. Thank you very much for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, I just want both of these, right? Nah, I'm a liar. I'm going to bottom this. I wouldn't mind another draw, too. We'll keep the untapped land. You sure I bottomed that? Jeff Hoagland put a card on the bottom. Sure, yep. Alright, well, I'm extra glad I bottomed it. Alright, so we're going to 16 here, and this will put us back to 18 in a second. Deal. I think I'm gonna take it. No, I already have the land. Yeah, I'm just gonna fumigate this. Am I gonna fumigate this? Yeah, I'm supposed to fumigate this, I think. And just play this and then approach next turn. Hopefully he doesn't go threat here. Yeah, sweet. Alright, go to 15. Blessed Alliance ain't a bad draw. Let's go ahead and cast this. Go to 22. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Catacomb Sifter, sure. That's kind of annoying, because it means this Blessed Alliance is slightly worse. We're taking 8 here, down to 14. Not dead on board, so that's good. Unsummon's a good hit. It means the Sylvan Advocate's going to go back to where it came from. Play this out. Alright, so we took a draw step, and we've drawn 2. So the... what's it called is 4 cards down in our deck now. So we have to get through 2 more turns here, which might be pushing it. I think we're unsummoning this and then cycling the Irrigated Farmland this turn. There's 4 more cards till we hit our thing. We're going to take 4 this turn down to 10. Trying to buy ourselves some time here. And we should take this hit, and then next turn we can make them sacrifice the Scion plus gain 4, which means we're not dead next turn either, which is good for us, unless they have another threat here. We got a bunch of sweepers in our deck, so we could draw one of those as well. second Blessed Alliance. Okay, yeah, that should probably be good for us. So we're gonna get to gain, we can kick both of these, so we're gonna get to gain 8 and make them sacrifice 2 things, so we're actually just gonna stay at 9 this turn cycle. No, because I think if we draw another Unsummon, we want to Unsummon the Sylvan Advocate again, because that gains us the most life. I think if we drew another Unsummon, we want to do that. So we've drawn 2 plus 2 draw steps plus this, so we got to survive 2 more turns. Actually, does gaining 4, if gaining 4 survives this combat step, this is 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, actually, we're just supposed to Blessed Alliance and then crack this. Nissa means we're not going to be able to do that. Okay. So they're going to Nissa and then down tick. That's unfortunate for us. If they didn't have the Nissa here, we would just use the Blessed Alliance to gain 4 to survive this combat step and then crack the Blighted Cataract. I have children. I don't sleep. Yeah, right, because this is 5, 8, 13, 15. Yeah, so I can't crack the Blighted Cataract anymore. So, target player gains 4, target opponent sacrifices a creature. I gain 4, you sack a creature. And then... do it again. So, like I said, kind of unfortunate that they drew that. I gain 4 life, you sack a creature. We're gonna take 10 down to 7. Yeah, we gotta hit something here. And I suppose we can crack this next turn too, so like, what's it called? It's a live draw. Another Blessed Alliance lets us live another turn. An Aether Meltdown lets us live another turn. An Unsummon lets us live another turn. And we get like 3 looks at some of those. So, like I said, pretty fortunate draw for our opponent. I think that was the only card in their deck that could apply pressure there. I guess maybe Walking Ballista could have. I don't even think Walking Ballista would have, because they wouldn't have been able to fire this up. It had to be like exactly that. If they had a green Gearhulk, they wouldn't have had enough mana to fire up their thing, and then we would have gotten them. So, big bucks, no bricks. Hey! Yahtzee! Go. Would Gearhulk have done it? Yeah, Gearhulk would have been an okay draw. We would have had to hit Gearhulk on the first time, though. I was thinking, like, no! What a tilt! What a tilt city! Opponent's gonna take our thing away from us. Holy crap. Good top deck, opponent. Good beat. Good beat. Man, I'm glad we played more matches with this morning. I'm so off this. Just, like, ready to be done. Just, like, get out of here. I'm very, very off it. GG, no re. So we're going to fire this up. This is 3, 4, 5. And then Nissa is 6, 7, 8. Gearhulk. Okay, yep. Hopefully they spread these out in a way that I can block one of them and then flash back a Glimmer. Hopefully the way they spread these out along with the Nissa means I can block one of them and still... if 2 of these are lethal, we're going to be in a really bad spot. If only one of them, if I can block one of them and not have it be lethal. Nope, yep, they spread it out exactly right. That's really unfortunate for us. Alright, so... play this before blocks. So opponent played this really well. Can I kick? Can I kick this? Escalate, pay 2 for each mode chosen beyond the first. I think I can escalate that. Okay, sweet. This is how magic works. So I block here, Fumigate, and what's it called? Are out. I have the Hour of whatever. Both the things have Death Touch there, so they're trading with my Gearhulk regardless. Draw brick and die. Nope, didn't draw brick. God bless us, everyone. So long board. 0 cards, 0 cards. Come on, don't out top deck me. I guess they have the one exiled one, right? It's probably the thing though, right? Like they took my, they like 10 out of 10 took my win condition. That's a battleship. Impulse. Take a draw 2. Okay, Meltdown. Okay. I Blighted Cataract for next turn. Hour Revelation clean things up a little bit. See if they hit something to crew this. Digging for gold. Digging for gold. Yep. Oh, lordy. That was actually the best draw on their deck, right? Now I have to play the Aether Meltdown. We're not dead, thankfully, but not in a good spot again. They crack us for 2, and then they can hit us for 4 here. You want Cheerios? Oh, you want chips? Alright. Dead to another Ballista. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, we're at 2. Go ahead. Yeah, nice discard spell. Yeah. Ain't nobody got no cards. Alright, and because they play discard spells, I'm actually going to wait to crack this Blighted Cataract. We didn't bring Negate in, right? View sideboard. There are no Negates in my deck right now. 0 Negate. This is actually a good draw because it beats what's it called, right? If they drew another Ballista. Censor. Okay, don't censor me. Hey, look. Alright, top. Can I approach the sun? Can I approach the sun? We have found the sun. I don't want to work. I just want to play in the sun all day. While waiting for this batch to pop, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're in the world. Thank you for spending part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I am a TCG player and content producer. You've landed here at my Twitch page. Hope you're enjoying yourself. If you're enjoying what you see, please use that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything and helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, I want to produce more of this content. There's a couple different ways you can do that. The first is by subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code HOAGLAND at checkout, you will be able to save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInked.com would love to buy and sell TCG singles with you. They do Pokemon and Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And you can use code Jeff5 to save 5% on all of your orders there. InkedGaming.com can help you customize your gaming experience. They do custom playmats, mouse pads, and sleeves and stuff like that. Code Jeff12 saves you 12% there. And finally, SpareDeck.com offers kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck for a weekend or up to an entire month. Definitely check all of them out. And thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to get back to our third match in this league. Basic Mountain Pass. We lost to Ramp, which seems like a miserably impossible matchup. They just, like, get to cast large troops long before we can actually kill them with Approach. Then they Stone Rain us a bunch and we can't win the game. Receiving the good word of the Karn Feather. I haven't decided what we're doing after this league yet. Alright, it's playing its mono red here. It's okay against mono red. Got a lot of cheap interaction in it. We beat mono red last night. We won both the post board games. We played Authority of the Council and won both times. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and Blessed Alliance this in response to the trigger. Because it makes another attacking creature, so you want to respond to the trigger so we get the actual card that we care about. How does the deck feel? It feels great against these mid-range aggressive decks and aggressive decks like mono red. That's something. Well then. I think this is gonna be an unsummon into cycle Censor, trying to make sure we hit our lands into our Fumigate here. I think this is gonna be an unsummon into cycle Censor. This enters combat here. Chandra. Alright, never mind. It's pretty obligated. So opponent's not playing mono red aggro. They're playing some kind of more mid-rangey deck. The Eldrazi deck, most likely. This does not feel good. They get to go a little bit wide here. That feels real bad. Pass the turn here. We're going to unsummon this inside of combat so it attacks slightly less. Maybe use a bit of this card. You get so many cards! There's so many cards here. Yeah, it's exactly what it does, Grave. Right? Like, it's good at that. Like, it's probably pretty miserable against other control decks. It's probably pretty miserable against, Now I feel bad for having cycled this. They just had another Chandra. It's probably pretty bad. It seems terrible against the ramp deck. Earthshaker. Okay, so they're kind of like this. I can't decide what I'm doing with my life red deck. Like, have mid-range, have aggro. I'm gonna go ahead and melt this down, I think. Hopefully we hit an untapped land so we can Glimmer into another untapped land for this Fumigate. If we hit lands every turn for the rest of this game, from here on out, we might have a chance. If we miss a land here, we're pretty dead. Alright, well, we're saying there's a chance. We got 4 looks at an untapped land for Fumigate next turn. We're going to 10, they're going to play another creature out, and then we're going to be able to Fumigate up to 14 or so. We usually start Hex about 3 hours or so from now. There's a link to my stream schedule down below the stream. It has an approximate breakdown of what I do when there. Yep. Shocking the Earthshaker. Don't draw land, please. Oh, they could just make mana from that. God, that's so good. Opponent with the lines. That's so bad for us. Bottom. I think winning this game involves a casting approach on 2 turns in a row. Like, not bottoming for lands is aggressive there, but I feel like playing to win is keeping the second approach. Alright. You heard it here first, folks. Playing to win is keeping the second approach. Now, whether or not we can beat this Chandra Ultimate's a real question. You're going to play Handweir Garrison next turn. Earthshaker, yep. I think we're going to be a little bit too slow here again. We're going to play this game? I forget. Alright. I believe the Chandra Ultimate probably kills us, but, you know, we'll give it the old college try here. We're on the draw? Yeah, that's what I felt like last game, too. Alright. I'll gain 4, you sack a thing. Kill me. Nope, not yet. Alright. This is only 6/10. Alright. Dead to literally any spell. Courtesy of Chandra Emblem. But, on the off chance they have 2 lands and they're about to draw a land, we win the game. So, approach, go. Alright, there's the first of 2 lands they needed, or 3 lands they needed. Literally dead to any spell opponent. Watch them shock me in response to the second approach. Why make me wait? Literally dead to any spell. Alright, let's bring in our stuff. Bring in our stuff. Bring in our stuff. Alright, what are we trimming? Cast out's real slow. Censor's pretty slow. Definitely want all of these. Unsummon's okay. I think we cut the Censors yesterday. Maybe like a Hieroglyphic Illumination. Put in the main or sideboard to hedge mono red. Yeah, I'd play some copies of the... Thank you for asking, Declan. I'd play some copies of the either Jotty Offshoot or the 1/1 with Delirium, just as like a card that can trade efficiently with them. You want to like trade resources as effectively as possible. The Unsummon's not good enough. Probably because they enjoy winning matches of Magic. And Unsummon's probably too slow. I think I'd rather keep my draw cards. Really need a way to generate velocity in the mid-game, it feels like. And again, like, that game was really close, and we were on the draw. So, like, if we had been on the play, we probably win that game by a landslide. Basic Plains would be great. Yeah, I'll take one summon, sure. You know, I left one Unsummon in. If this was a Censor, I could cycle it to try and hit my land drop here. Yeah, just losing die rolls to mono red, losing the game because we lost the die roll. Wonder if they boarded up. Yep, missing land drops feels great. By casting Approach the Second Sun. Or by attacking them. So if that had been a Censor, I'd have hit this land drop last turn. Which would have made us a lot better off, especially if there's another land on top of our deck. No, I think this deck's a fine metagame choice. I think this deck's probably very reasonably positioned against a select subset of decks and probably pretty unplayable against the rest. It's like the straight definition of a metagame deck. Yeah, there's a Blighted Cataract, so I'm gonna land behind because this was an Unsummon instead of a Censor to cycle. Things to keep track of. Need to play Regal next turn, which is decent. I mean, like, this deck literally just got 10th place to the 1,000-player tournament, and there was another copy of a deck that was probably within 10 cards of this that had the same basic core idea that also got 28th. So, like, the chances of this deck not being playable are, like, really pretty low when you consider all of that information. This is not my deck list. I can't tell you why we aren't playing particular Magic cards. Again, the smartest thing you can do as a Magic player is, when you're playing someone else's deck list, is play their deck list card for card. So that's what we're doing. You should not assume that you are smarter than the person that worked on the deck list. You should be a dirty, filthy net decker, and then do what Wizards of the Coast does not want you to do and copy their deck list verbatim. Remember, data isn't evil, WotC is dumb. Every time WotC makes a decision to, like... Every time WotC, like, does something implying that data is bad, they, like, give validation to all of the people screaming that net decks are evil. And it's, like, really incredibly frustrating as, like, someone with a data background and, like, you know, has a reasonable lick of common sense. Sharing information gets people excited about your game. If people aren't excited about your game, it's not because of net decks. People aren't excited about your game because you designed a bad format, is basically what it comes down to. Yeah, we're just here to show the net deck squishy, is basically what it comes down to. You understand. You understand. I appreciate you. Appreciate your understanding of what's going on here. Just shilling the net decks. Could they have done this? I feel like they could have done this, right? I think it's Lathnu Helion. Yeehaw! Nice Lathnu Helion, buddy. Oh! Is that one good? What do you think, chat fam? Is that one gonna gain me some life? I like how these just netted me life this game. Can we just beat the Chandra ultimate? That would be so great if we just beat the Chandra ultimate. I would love to beat the Chandra ultimate. I like how they just, like, I already had to Fumigate and they just, like, kept piling stuff onto the board. Sure, I'll take it, I guess. Time for the Hearthstone communicator. Chat's playing how a creatureless decks works. Our control decks. Yeah, so we have a card called, Approach the Second Sun in our deck. And when you cast it the first time, you gain 7 life, and then it reinserts itself back into our deck. And the second time we cast it, we win the game. So basically, we cast this card twice, and we win the game. Yeah, man, you get an emblem. 5 me a bunch, cast your spells. Yeah, no realities are being smashed here. The only smashed realities are the ones that thought they were going to attack with this card. Man, I can't even gain life with this Linvala. What a tilt. What a tilt. Alright, we're just, like, bottoming aggressively everything that's not, it's not Approach to the Second Sun here. Or am I keeping both of these? Now, we're definitely bottoming this, I think. Am I taking the Supreme Will? The Supreme Will impulses, but I have Hieroglyphic Illumination. I'm just gonna bottom here. Just, like, find Approach. And this is gonna kill us here, so, like, we need to be pretty aggressive on, like, what we're bottoming here. This is gonna attack. We're gonna Blessed Alliance it. Have you considered sacrificing an attacking creature? I feel like that's a line you should consider. Like, we didn't gain the life here, but, like, I think it was worth glimmering last turn. Not taking the Cataract might have been greedy. 6-drop? Oh, sure. Yeah, that one's fine. More importantly, you didn't have a spell to cast, and I'm at 30. Yeah, I'm just melting that down, so I'm going to go ahead and cast this. Draw 2. There's an approach. Okay. I just need an untapped land. Didn't someone just ask how we beat Chandra? This is the game plan for people that were wondering. The how do you beat Chandra people? This is the answer to your question. Oh no! Not another haste creature that can't attack this turn. Oh no! Oh no! It did do 5 to me. Still can't gain life with Linvala though. You know, just blue-white control things. Untapped land. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Alright, so we cast this Approach the Second Sun. And then we're going to dig a bunch of cards and at some point win the game. Oh. I mean, so like, the whole deck is just like cards that stall the game, right? And then like that card, even that card, oh, you're an entire turn late with that. I guess they get to take my Fumigate here, right? I guess they get to take my Fumigate here, but like I have 3 removal spells over here, so it's just like, eh. Oh. They could take this, but then like they're gonna lose their pressure. Like they're obligated to take the Fumigate. This like gave me 3 life too. What? What? What was that? They just. This is gonna draw me a card. It's gonna kill your thought not to your opponent. Why would you take my? I'm just, you know, just don't question the gifts you are given by your opponents on Magic Online. Just don't question it. Just don't look the gift horse in the mouth. Just like take it and say yes, sir or madam. I will take what you have given me. The gift I have been given. You think they have Warping Whale? If they have Warping Whale, maybe we could lose this game. Look at him. Look at him bringing the glory. He's not bringing much glory. In fact, he just gained me some life. All right. I think this gets us to what we're looking for here. I don't remember. I haven't been counting. Oh, look, there's the Approach to the Sun. So they're dead? And they're not dead, but I've won the game. Yeah! Impulse! Impulse! How do we beat a Chandra? I don't know. How do we beat a Chandra? Anyone know? Anyone know? The Council's authority shall not be questioned. This card gained us like 80 life that game. It's kind of unreal. And like, on top of the life it actually gained, it also like stopped us from taking a bunch of damage. So what am I doing with my life here? I feel like I'm just clicking submit. I'm just gonna click submit. Yeah. Would you want some Gatorade? You're stuck? Authority of the Council's on 1. Sneeper, Keeper. Just over here, shilling the net decks like we do. If you ever wondered what a shill looks like, thanks for tuning in. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm shilling the net decks. Would you like some Gatorade? Uh-huh. Your mother left the Gatorade where you could find it? You asked very nicely, Declan. Okay, don't spill this. What are we? I think we're 2-1 in this league. 2-1 sounds right. Yeah, we're 2-1 in this league. We 4-1 to league last night, so we're 6-2 overall. This deck seems really good against the decks it's good against, and just unplayable against the decks it's bad against. We got our stuff pushed in by Ramp this morning. The loss we had last night was definitely due to user error. Man, could you imagine if this was a Censor again? I should have swapped this for a Censor, right? Because like they're gonna play a Chandra this turn. I'm just gonna like wish I had a Censor. May I too have some Gatorade? Why would you do this pre-combat? Why would you do this pre-combat? You just want to get that auto pass value and get like railed by this Unsummon? Who doesn't love a good Unsummon between friends, really? Pick it up. Take 2. Oh no, we're gonna go below 20. That's pretty unlucky. Pretty unlucky. Down to 19. Oh good, they're gonna cast a creature. God bless. Whew! Whew! We were under 20 there for a second. I was getting concerned. We're gonna be conservative with this Fumigate and just play it now, because I don't really want to get a Thought Knot Seared out of our hand. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. I'm gonna bring back the Earthshaker. I'm gonna rock my world with this Earthshaker opponent. Nope. Garrison, sure. Garrison, sure. Fumigate. Alright, another one of those. I'm gonna play this land out here. When they attack with both of these, we'll go Blessed Alliance, kick Blessed Alliance in response to their attack trigger, so that way we get the 2 garrisons off the table. We'll gain 4. We're going to end up at 27 this turn. So in response to these triggers, before they make the things, let's go ahead and escalate this first one with these 2 modes. So I gain 4, you sack a dork. And this next one, we're just going to use the sack a dork mode. You sack a dork. And then next turn we'll go land approach the second sun. And we'll gain 4 from these coming in, and then we'll take 4, so we're end up at 27. And then this is going to put us up to 34. Even if they bring back the Earthshaker this turn, they only have 8 power, and we're at 34. Oh, yeah, sure, Chandra. You got me. Thought Knot Seared you can't cast. A deal. Too little, too late. Yep. Hieroglyphic Illumination's a good draw, because it'll help us get back to this approach the second sun sooner rather than later. Go up to 33. Another Chandra, sure. Take 6, down 25. Bringing back the... Nope. Glare-bringer, sure. I'm going to start by cycling this farmland, because if we had a Fumigate, we're going to cast that. So we're 2 cards in. Huh. So we're 2 cards in right now. This would be 3, 4. Next turn would be 5. Am I supposed to play the cat here? I'm not convinced that that deck's actually better than, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not convinced the Turbo Ascension deck is actually better than just Sapphire Diamond Control. It's good against Sapphire Diamond Control, so it's kind of an okay metagamey choice. Is cat even good? I don't know, actually. It gains us some life here, right? Like, it trades with this. It probably makes them exert this. And, like, if they exert this, that buys us time as well. So, like, we're just trying to, like, buy ourselves time, right? They're gonna bring this thing back and gain us a life and then make one of these things not block, I assume. I feel like just, like, casting it as Time Walk is probably fine. It feels like it was a Time Walk. Shock, sure. This ultimate, depending on how many spells they have in their hand, might be able to push lethal for them next turn. And they're not bringing this back this turn, which is actually pretty good for us. Yeah, they left a guy back, so I'm just going to go ahead and trade here. So we take 6 on this attack, down to 20. This is exerted now. Thought-Knot Seer is actually a pretty good hit, because it takes us off this Illumination. Which was the danger of not playing the Illumination last turn. Glimmer, you say? Glimmer means they're dead on our next turn, right? Unless they have a... Oh, this is actually really important. So we've drawn 3 cards, right? If they thought not me, I'm going to have to figure out how many cards we've drawn so far. Let's melt that down, take 4 this turn. If they don't have another Thought-Knot Seer, we just win the game without thinking about it. But if they have another Thought-Knot Seer, I have to think about it, so we cast this while leaving the Sight of the Sun on top of our deck. Deal. Okay, sweet. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah. So, bottom, and then we'll draw the approach, and then we'll cast the approach and kill them. So, like, if they had played another Thought-Knot Seer there, we could have counted to figure out where the approach the second sun was in our deck, so that way we would have drawn cards and then drawn the approach next turn and not gotten a Thought-Knot Seered. If you end the game at less than 30 life, did you really win? It's a good question. It's a good philosophical debate, right? Like, is this really the victory we wanted? This is what we're doing, but is it what we came here to do? Is the bridge broken? Uh-huh, the bridge is broken. Okay, I gotta go fix the bridge real quick. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching, folks. What are we playing after this is the question. Are we playing more standard? Are we playing modern? Are we playing legacy? Yeah, that sounds fine, right? When in doubt, straw pull it up. Oh no, please don't be a control beer. Alright, vote if you care. If you don't care, you know, don't vote. It's the American way. If you don't care, don't vote. Oh, Glintness Crane. That might be a little aggressive. I don't know, I'd probably find some stuff that's relevant. This is probably the Grixis Hulk deck. Oh boy, they don't have anything to do. That was such a good Censor. No idea. So I don't, the Metalwork Caustic probably actually isn't that bad for us. The reason why the ramp deck is bad for us is because when they cast their fatties, they take our lands. Is the reason why the ramp matchup's hard. I don't think they play Censor usually. I'll play into it either way. Not really. I guess I'm okay taking a land here. I feel like I could cycle this one down the line. All right, the more important question, because more standards winning the poll. What are we playing? Were there any other sweet decks that came out of the Grand Prix of the box this weekend that are worth playing? When people like to see, throw your suggestions at me in chat. I'm not particularly. Should we play more of this? Is this what we want to see? Is this what we're doing with our lives now? Man, the delusion of choice. I will take this plains, I suppose. Was there a reanimator deck that did well at the Grand Prix? And they're just like a critical mass deck, so I'm gonna like censor them and keep them off of their critical mass. Play this out, we can sack the Cataract next turn. Links to deck list, people! I am a net decker! Enable me! Links to data! Data, please! Data, please! Help me! Net deck my opponents out of the game, please! Please! I'm just a dirty, filthy net decker who don't know no better! Yeah, broth! If you're playing standard, play ramp, it's like Trod, right? Them are some true words there, right? Yeah, that's the thing about Tron. Tron's great. That I'm gonna head right on. Do not stare directly into the sun. It's bad for you. Let's play around a Censor here just in case. All right, let's live for 7 draws. I can dig black-white tokens. That seems okay. Could dig it. Man, look at all these trophy wives my opponent has. Sorry, trophy mages. Trophy significant others. Yeah, I mean, I 5-0'd a bunch of times with Kiki Cord and even top-8'd a major event or two. Doesn't mean the deck was good. Equipped a creature has Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Look at the technology. The Haunted Cloak Trophy Mage technology. Opponent's really bringing it. I can appreciate somebody who's bringing it as hard as our opponent is. I only want to play deck lists that have actual results. I don't feel like losing money. Things that are not enjoyable. Vomiting $12 at a time on the toilet. If you want me to vomit $12, it has to be your $12. You have to send me your dollar bills to play your bad decks. As someone who's all shill and no skill, I don't spend my own money. You're about to get deep fiended. Maybe. Deep Fiend doesn't really matter, right? And they usually only play one Squid Dad, right? I don't know if that's strictly true anymore, Said. A lot of control decks in Magic rely on Planeswalkers to generate advantage these days, which is basically like beating your opponent with your wallet. Man, you know what's sweet? We can cast this Fumigate. Maybe I shouldn't have cast the Blessed Alliance what I did there. Oh, we can't cast the Fumigate because, reasons. We don't have 2 white. Right, let's do that. I'm gonna melt down this Deep Fiend, I think. Melt it down. Sure. So do they already have Colossi in hand? Okay. Just good clean living here at 25. Oh, I have a second EDF. That's annoying. That's annoying. No, I don't want to unsummon this now. Because then they could crew the caravans. Let's let them get 2 attackers here. Alright. Now let's unsummon this. Unsummon your 1-drop. I'm just gonna kick this Blessed Alliance now. Just gain 3 here, basically. I'll lose the Trophy Mage. I'm assuming they want to keep this so that way they can evoke the Emerge, whatever this is, the Elder Deep Fiend off of it. So we'll end up at 28. Again, just trying to survive to get back to our approach to the second sun. All I want to do is see the sun. That's all I want. All I want to do is see the sun. And we'll melt down the new Elder Deep Fiend when they play it out. Yep. They can emerge the new Deep Fiend off of the caravan and the island. And again, they'll be able to keep us off of our white sources for the Fumigate. Hopefully we just rip an untapped white source here and just get to, like, wrath them out of the game. If we get an untapped white source here, they're gonna lose the game by a lot. Untapped white stars would be more than good. It'd be great. I think I'm going to cast this Aether Meltdown anyways here, because if we draw... No, if we draw a 4-mana spell, I can play land. Yeah, I'm just going to go to our draw step in case we hit the white source, I think. Unsummon, Dees. So we'll melt this down and we'll unsummon this Storko. I'm drawing some cards here. Sure. Probably gonna draw some cards with that one. It's another Colossus. Yep. That's another Colossus. Okay. So you can give haste to one of these, and they can crew the caravan with the other, and technically it's exactly lethal, right? Exacxies lethal. You want something to drink? Here you go. So, do I want to unsummon this caravan or just melt it down? I feel like I want to unsummon it. I want to leave all their actual creatures in play, because I want to cast this Fumigate next turn. It's a good draw. I think that gets us to where we need to be next turn. I should really, if I cared more, I'd be counting these approach the second suns. I think we're far enough ahead that it just doesn't matter. I can't imagine it's more than 3 more cards down. Nope, links are enabled. Act like an adult, be treated like an adult. Act like a child, be treated like a child. Ask Jacob, do you want to tell the chat how I treat children? Don't misbehave, chat. Dad'll get you. And we've got a meltdown here. In case they draw another Colossus. How am I just dead? Oh. Oh, because of that. I should know how cards work. This thing can come back from the discard pile. I forgot about that. No, yeah, we go to 1, right? I could meltdown. Aren't you just dead? Come on, chat fam. The old Twitch chat lethal. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Man, now I'm gonna have to go back and figure out when I cast this stupid Approach the Second Suns. What turn did I cast this stupid Approach the Suns? Cast out, cultivation. Jeff cast Approach on 9. I cast Approach on 9. Turn 13. Have I drawn any extra cards here? So 13, so this extra is going to be 14, so I've drawn 5. Did I cycle anything in there? I don't think I did, right? Did I cast this Hieroglyphic Illumination? I could go back and check the game log. Okay, so let's check that out. Jeff cast Approach. Jeff cast Hieroglyphic Illumination. Okay, yeah, so we should hit the Approach next turn. We cast a Glimmer. The draw spells that happened before or post Approach are the ones we need to count. So we cast this Hieroglyphic post, I think. I'm gonna double check here. I believe our next card should be the Approach. Look at that, I can count. 1 is not none. 1 is not none. 1 is not none. 1 is not none. Alright, what are we doing here? Negate seems great. Descent upon the Sinful seems okay. Does not seem good. Unsummon seems fine. Cast out seems fine. All our counter spells seem fine. Is Blessed Alliance not good enough? They have random poopers. Blessed Alliance probably better than Aether Meltdown. That's probably better than Aether Meltdown. What do you think of this? Any comments, questions, concerns, chat fam? How good are the Gearhulks? I don't know if the Gearhulks are good enough here. Maybe one Gearhulk is better than this random Aether Meltdown, but Meltdown did let us survive there. So the problem is, like, Censor's medium. It's really good in the early game, but like the floor on this card is really high. You just go cycle it and draw another card. Oh, this does get rid of all artifacts, doesn't it? Oh, that's great. Good call. Good call, chat fam. Chat fam got my back. Hey, let's do this. Let's do that. Cast out Hour of Revelation is not a combo. It's not, definitely 0 out of 10, not a combo. But I think I want both of these in my deck here for this matchup. Could be. Standard still winning the straw poll. Gosh, people want to watch Standard. What is life? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. We didn't board any creatures in. It's fine. It's fine. It's good and pure. We're staying pure here. Sometimes you gotta break the chastity belt and pop the creatures in the deck. Pippity pop, the creaturey fun don't stop. Ugh, man, we were talking about Hearthstone earlier. What a great Hearthstone hand. On turn 7, I get my 7th resource, and then I cast this, and then on turn 8, I get my 8th resource and cast this and win the game. Unfortunately, we are going to mulligan this. Mulligans. So the top 8 of the Grand Prix was all boring decks. Oh, top 32 at the Grand Prix. Anything else up the suite other than easy mulligan here? That seems fine. Scry me a river. Bottom. You want more? Thank you for asking nicely. Good asking, Declan. I've not played Depths Reanimator yet. I bottomed that card, right? Yep. Okay. Oh, Magic Online. Was there anything else sweet at the Grand Prix? Or all the same old, same old? There was a mono white Eldrazi deck at the Grand Prix. It's cute. I like that archetype. There's a mono black Eldrazi deck that came in 9th. Yes, there was. This is, oh yeah, this deck listed well, in the Moto PTQ, right? Yeah, we could probably queue that up. This deck did well in the Moto PTQ the week before. What you got? Your prisms are prophetic, opponent. They're looking for 4th land and then cards that draw 2 cards. That's what we're on queue to draw here. There's the 4th land. Sign me up. You got Frank Lepore's blue-red Eldrazi Deep Fiend deck that was on Channel Fireball. No idea. I haven't looked at it. Last night was the first time I've looked at standard deck lists in a little while. Mostly been playing Modern Legacy. We're gonna Supreme Will a Hedron Archive here if they play it. It's one of the more important cards in the deck. I'm gonna counter this. I might be wrong. Perfect. Drew the 4-mana thing I wanted anyways. Pimped Up Monk. The problem is that while I agree with you in a perfect world we wouldn't have unintentional draws, you can't ban unintentional draws because then you just encourage players to do things that are like actually against the rules of the game, like both players intentionally slow playing the course of their match to get an unintentional draw. The only way to remove draws is to like go digital and give players just clocks. Like, there aren't draws on Magic Online. You're not wrong, Apple Pies. Opponent probably has Negates in their deck post-board. Maybe I should have brought in Gearhulks because they probably have Negates for my approaches. I can see that being real. Yep. Just real close to casting that one, right? Just a couple more white sources. No, yeah, that's not true, Bill Riccardi. So Magic the Gathering, it's a common mistake that people say Magic is best of 3. If you read the Magic Tournament rules, the Magic Tournament rules state that a match of Magic is the first player to win 2 games of Magic. So I have actually played a game 4 in a match of Sanctioned Magic at competitive REL. It involves, what's the word I'm searching for? It involves both of you dying at the same time, but my opponent was playing that really bad Dark Confidant card, that 4/4 from RTR, where like both players get a Dark Confidant trigger every turn. Alright, so we'll play this Blessed Alliance with Kicker. Hopefully run off a couple of planes here so we get to Hour of Revelation. Dusk Mantle's here. Yeah, that's the one. That card killed both of us during their upkeep. Believe it or not, we went to time in the fourth game, and both took draws. But otherwise, cast, escalate, I gain, you sack, doop doop. Sure. Get your thing back. Ooh, and they had time to recast it. Look at that. There's one white source. Am I fumigating? Yeah, I'm just fumigating, right? They want to sacrifice 2 things. They're not going to be able to bring this back. Because this thing gets cheaper based on the number of artifacts they have in play. Sure, it's probably going to find another Metalworker Colossus, because I've seen this story before. Ooh, Filigree. That's pretty good, though, right? Because they could sacrifice this to the Metalwork. Sure, but we're talking about... I'm talking about drawn matches. Magic Online doesn't have drawn matches, which is what we were discussing. We were discussing, can you get a match draw, and match draws suck. We're not talking about games being drawn. Games being drawn is irrelevant. Well, I mean, the good news is if we run off a couple of lands here, we're going to be in a great spot. Probably going to sack the Filigree and the Prism, because then their Metalworker Colossus costs 4. And then we'll unsummon it, and then we'll untap and draw planes, and then clear the board. Yeah, this card's great. Planner Cleansing was a super playable Magic card when it was legal, and this is literally Planner Cleansing with upside. Sweet! I'm not getting attacked by a Metalwork Colossus this turn. Sign me up. They want to leave a Negate up, maybe? Oh, I'm getting EDF'd. That makes sense. Okay. I'm not dead next turn, though, right? I don't need to unsummon anything. Planar Cleansing's I'll play. It's I'll play in the blue-white control deck all the time. That's only going to be 16 next turn, so yeah, let's take a draw. Not sad. Let's hit the old auto pass key and let them do what they want. Yeah, there were builds that didn't play Detention Sphere and then played Planar Cleansing. Need help? Yeah, Quicken was legal in that standard. It was the one with Mutavault. It was the Mutavault blue-white deck. That deck won the Pro Tour, right? Yeah, actually, we're going to kick off with a Ruby Wild Gladiators deck in Hex today. You have your second. You don't. All right, so that being said, I did not draw my third white source. God, this Blighted Cataract. So the other approach to second Sun deck was not play Blighted Cataract. That being said, like, they probably have a Negate here, but, like, it sucks that we can't just, like, try and make them have it. Alright, for a bunch of bananas here, we're currently 3-1 playing for the 4-0 here on the play. No Burgle. I mean Ruby Wild Gladiators and an aggro deck. I would love to play first. I would love to keep this wonderful hand. I think it's pretty decent, right? It's got a Censor and a Fumigate, and we got our approach in it already. Yeah, Descent's fine. Probably should be in the deck. Exiles things. Marginally better than one Fumigate. We have 3 white sources. I like just stopping their setup. I guess it's fine. Sometimes they stumble a little bit like they did in the first game. Probably going to cycle this Irrigated Farmland. We just want the highest probability of hitting a 4 cost double draw spell for next turn. I'm like seeing 2 more cards. 2 more cards is best for that. They're going to play around Censor to a degree with their more important cards too, so I think just like censoring something when we can guaranteed take their critical mass off the table is good. Just want to like stunt their growth so we can cast our approach. I'm going to cycle this one again, too. I think. Nah, I'm probably just supposed to try and curve into this. That's so close. Like, a 4-cost draw spell is so good. Nah, I'm going to cycle this because we could hit a Censor or a Negate. right on time. Alright, at least we went 3-2 in this league. Yeah, we started early today, Jet. The kids were up early, and I wanted to finish this league. We played one match last night, so we've only played this is only our 4th match of the day. That's rude. That's rude. That's... Well, we 3-2'd at least. Alright. Gonna net deck the crap out of this, it's your mono black deck. Doesn't love a good net decking in the morning. It's the dirtiest, filthiest net decking you've ever seen in your entire life. Right here. The old blighted fen in the sideboard. You net deck this deck so hard you ain't even net decked it before. Ain't even gonna know what net decked you. Oh baby. Oh baby. The squid daddies are coming. By popping up, do they have any results anywhere, or like people have been writing about them like Saffron Olive? I need a better definition of popping up. Declan Scott, get off of your brother. Lordy. Yeah, I might do some Reanimator Legacy. The red-black deck seems sweet. I think we're just, we're just going double alliance here. Second dude. Second dude. Go. Nope. Paper Magic testing is not popular for people looking to watch Magic content, and it takes a lot more work. It's like doing 4 times the work for something that's half as popular as streaming Magic Online. So, no, there's no results with it. Got it. And now Jacob is crushing Declan. You know, fair's fair, I guess. What goes around comes around. Oh, they just have a Metalwork Colossus in their hand already. Sure. Why not? We could draw an Hour of Revelation, so I'm just gonna, like, hang tight here. But if we don't draw Hour of Revelation, we're probably pretty dead. This gives us a redraw. We gain 2 here. We're only getting 1, right? Because they can sack this to get this one back. Let's grab bottom. Okay. So we have another shot at Hour of whatever it's called. I think they can return the other Metalwork Colossus here. They need to equip this, return the other one, crew this, and then they can kill us. I'm auto pass. I'm going to sort out getting this new deck here real quick. So, part of my, for those of you that are new, part of my sponsorship deal with MTGO Traders is that they lend me Magic cards. So we're going to return this blue-white deck to them and then check out this mono-black deck. Paper access stick, right? Yes, they've been to those. Yep. Good games, opponent. Well played. So, I'll do a quick summary here for people that are looking. People that are looking for something to like. If your local metagame does not contain any control decks and does not contain any ramp decks and does not contain. If your local format is mono red and black green, I think this deck's a very reasonable choice. If your local format has variety in it, I probably wouldn't recommend playing this deck. Like most control decks in Magic, the answers in this deck are just not generically powerful enough for the deck to feel like it could really be competitive in a diverse field. So, that's my TLDR. Yeah, Hex is a lot of fun. Hex actually just announced, so starting this Saturday, they're having $1,000 cash constructed tournaments every Saturday that have a $7 entry fee. I mean, I think the last time I paid $7 to play I can't even play in a friendly league for $7. It's kind of insane. First place is $500. There's prizes to the top 32. If you're not into constructed, Hex has $1,000 cash sealed tournaments every Sunday. Just hanging